What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. You saw that thumbnail, you know it's new bike day and we are hyped to introduce to you the new Rerode R1. Well guys, first off, I know what you're thinking. Yes, it is raining, and yes, this is another Surron copy, but another company figured out how to make a better bike than a stock Surron Light BX. So, introducing the Rerode R1. To name off some specs, we've got 8 kilowatts, we have 72 volt, 35 amp hour battery, very competitive size, not massive, but a good size. We've got 19-inch wheels front and back. This is not our first ride on the bike. We have about 40 miles on it. We've drained the battery about 1.5 times. We took it on some pretty nasty trails and are very, very impressed with the sturdiness of the frame and the suspension. I think the build quality has a lot of the stock small E-motos beat, to be honest. Like, fork feels excellent. It's a new fast ace fork. The rear shock, I don't know what it is, but it feels good. I think they did a good job with the rear suspension linkage and the design. The frame's very clean. The battery does not rattle, not even one bit. Like, you can lift this bike up 2-3 feet in the air and drop it, and it is quieter than any other stock bike that we've done that with. So it just feels well put together. 19-inch wheels front and back. This bike quotes the weight is 130 pounds. We have not weighed it ourselves. In my opinion, I think it's probably a little bit heavier than that, but not much. But we're hoping to weigh it later in this video. It does have built-in regen, very basic display, headlight, basic pegs, and this bike is very competitively priced. Now, we're gonna go out and ride it. Me and Alex are gonna take turns. This is a very unbiased review. We acquired this bike to test it and try it without really any stipulations on what we need to say. And we do have a few of them in stock at our store. If you guys are interested in one, you can shoot us an email. We'll give you a good deal. We only have a couple, but if you guys like this bike and enjoy the video, reach out to us. But without further ado, I think we need to head out on a ride and put it to the test. One last thing before we go ride, as it starts to rain harder. We have more new bikes coming to the channel. Like, seriously. Subscribe right now because there is a lot more exciting stuff than this Rerode coming, and you guys need to stay tuned and be ready for it. All right, guys, here we go on the new Rerode R1. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, so we got no rules or stipulations on anything we have to say. We weren't given this bike for free by the company or anything like that. We are just given a genuine, honest review and kind of tell you our thoughts against all the other stock E-motos out there, because we've ridden and tested all of them. We own them all: Talaria Stings, Eride Pros, Surrons, the 79 bike Falcon M. We've ridden the Ventus one. This honestly was a bike that excited us when we saw it because it's just another new design that actually has some stuff that's different enough. The rear suspension design is quite a bit different than any of the other bikes. So we were keen to see if it actually felt better or different enough. We got that August thunderstorms. I think it is time for a top speed run on this bike. Let's do it. Ready, set, go. I am at 73% battery, so not totally full, but a good test. We got our GPS.
Here he comes. That's not him. There he is, riding the tail of this car. Brakes.
All right, how did we do? All right, guys, we're back from the top speed run. Let's see what we did. 54.7 miles an hour. They claim 55. That is close enough in my book. Honestly, that's probably the closest we've ever been to like what a company's quoted top speed is. Very, very close. And that's only at 70% battery. I'm 185 pounds, 6'3". So smooth. Like, honestly, like, sounds like when it's going over the ground and the rough bumps and rocks and stuff, like it has premium high-end suspension on it. Wow, that thing is so smooth. Geez, you guys, I just got off our Eride Pro SS that has a 16-inch rear wheel, but stock suspension. This feels so much better. Like, man, it's just hard to knock like the Eride Pro because it has a lot of good stuff going for it, and the power and the battery range are just, they're unbeatable for this price point. But oh my gosh, dude, if Eride would just come with the suspension that has on it, it'd be so much better.
Dude, I think this bike handles better than any other bike that we have, just in its stock form.
Yeah, literally. Like, and I was just saying, we might just have to do our couple of little modifications on this, like throw a little bit taller bar. We have a new drop crown for our fast ace that we're gonna throw on there. Maybe just our TB electric 16-inch rear wheel. That's a great budget item.
Dude.
Honestly, those 3 things, that's it. And it would just twist this bike's geometry a little bit better and we'd be good to go. That was the weirdest way anybody's talked about geometry, but
I think so.
it would twist it a little bit better. That's what I'm saying.
Twist
Twist
it.
it. I need to announce that we, the Talaria boys, are doing a bike giveaway. We can't tell you what the bike is yet, but you guys stay tuned for a future video because we're giving away a bike. It's gonna be really easy to enter, so stay tuned. And if you're watching this like 2-3 weeks after this video's come out, check one of our more recent videos for more details. Okay, let's talk about this Rerode. Be super honest. Me and Alex are gonna give our feedback compared to other small E-motos that we've tried. We've tried everything. We don't want this video to just turn into straight talking, but also I honestly think it's just more helpful for you guys as viewers than just watching us ride on some basic trails. Like honestly, our opinion in explaining how the bike feels and compares to other bikes is probably more valuable than just watching some helmet cam. So with that being said, the bikes we're gonna kind of talk about are Talaria Sting R because that's a very similar price point, you know, the $4,200 to $4,500 range, and then Eride Pro, which is like $4,900, but does have some key improvements, right? More power and more battery range. So this bike, as we've said, is 8 kilowatts out of the box, 72 volt, 35 amp hour battery. And in our opinion, one of the biggest things it has going for it is how robust and like well put together it feels. This bike has by far the fewest rattles, clanks, weird feelings when you ride it. We're about 40 miles in, so we don't know if it's gonna last like that forever, but the battery doesn't rattle, the suspension doesn't rattle. I think they did a good job with their linkage. So with that being said, like that's not something we can say about every single brand. But Rerode, I think for their first bike, actually did a fantastic job speccing it with good high quality components such as the suspension front and rear. Really feels plush and well set up, and honestly, I think I would take this fork and shock on any stock e-bike if I could pick it. It really does feel that good. Like I'd pick it over the Eride Pro suspension.
Honestly, guys, Rerode did a fantastic job. This being their first model of bike, we're really excited to see what they come out with in the future. Hopefully they can have some standout features. I think if they were to add more range, bigger battery, and more power, I might be picking this bike over some of these other competition. It just feels that much better.
I think that's a very good point Alex made. I think if this bike had like 2 more kilowatts, right, 8 to 10, and then maybe a 40 amp hour battery instead of that 35 amp hour, it would be very hard to not pick this bike because it just feels so good to ride. Like the throttle feels excellent, the build quality feels excellent. This suspension is also very well known, and there's a lot of companies that can tune it and service it. So that's something that's better than a lot of these other stock bikes. With that being said, we're also very interested in you guys' thoughts and opinions on the Rerode. Do you guys want us to make more videos on it? Do you want a range test? Do you want, like, what else do you want? If you guys are interested, let us know because we are interested in making more content if it's something you guys would enjoy and want to watch. All right guys, it's been a couple of days since we filmed that last clip that you guys just saw, but we still got our Rerode and we've already started doing some upgrades on it because we enjoyed the bike so much. We already put a Warp 9 riser direct mount stem on there, a stem lock, and we're trying out a new drop crown. We're doing some testing on that, so more to come in a future video, and we got some Warp 9 pegs on there. So that's the first extent of our modifications to make this bike just that little bit better. Again, we appreciate you guys watching this video. We hope that you are excited about our upcoming giveaway and some other brand new bikes that are coming to the channel that are never before seen. So you guys hit that subscribe button, catch our next video, see ya.